Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. We're just removing the dispersion layer of a matte top coat. I used Ugly Duckling Matte, and now we are going to start the Easter nails. Oh, basically getting right into it, we are using the Ugly Duckling Art Black Gel with a fine liner brush. It is a 12 millimeter, it is my to-go-to, and I'm just making some bunny ears. It's pretty straightforward. You're just making two shapes that look like bunny ears. I'm kind of oblonging them. Like I've got one taller one and one short one. Kind of makes it look a little bit cuter that way, I think. And then you're going to want to cure that for 60 seconds. Again, with a liner brush, I am just making a couple of lines here. This is just going to be a quick accent nail with just a little bit of design, but not a huge amount. We're basically making two horizontal lines on the nail with the black liner, and then we're going to chrome the nail. Same with the bunny ears. We're going to do the same thing with the bunny ears. So you can see I'm just moving some product away. So if you make a mistake, as long as so the base color I already have cured. Then I put the matte coat on, and then I removed the dispersion layer from the matte. So everything underneath this black line is cured. So if you make a mistake, it is perfectly okay to remove the mistake and then redo the liner. So basically you just want to use some like a flat line brush or an angled brush, dip it in some isopropyl or, even acetone, but acetone usually breaks down product, and just remove whatever error before you cure it. Now here I'm using some chrome powder. This chrome powder is from GelMoment. I got it like way back, but I mean it lasts forever, so I'll probably have this till I'm 100. Anyways, so I'm using a silicone applicator to rub the chrome in. So as I was rubbing it in, I noticed that it wasn't cured quite properly, so I'm just cleaning up the line here and making it nice and crisp again. Again, because everything's cured underneath, it is okay to do this. Now I'm not going to continue doing the chrome because obviously it needs to get cured a little bit more. So after you do the lines, you want to make sure that they're cured, a full cure of 60 seconds, before you apply the chrome. Once it's cured for a full 60 seconds and that product's not moving, then it's okay to put the chrome in. Apparently we had a little bit of a mishap and it didn't cure all the way. So we just put it back in to give it that full cure. So in this video, I'm kind of going back and forth. So I just had her other hand, her right hand, and now I'm doing her left hand. I was just removing the chrome powder from that hand. I'm kind of going back and forth because some of this is redundant, like the bands are redundant. I do the same thing on both hands. As you'll see, I'm going to be putting some flowers in, and I do them on both hands. The only thing that's really different is the middle fingers. The one hand is bunny ears, and this hand here is a bunny bum, a bunny butt. So most of this set is just some nice pastel colors with some chrome and a little bit of flowers, just to give it that nice Easter look. Right now I'm making basically the bum of the bunny. In reality, it doesn't really matter what color that you use because I'm going to be putting chrome on top of this. So I made the bum and now I am making the two little paws. And I am using the Ugly Duckling White Art Gel. Now, when you're chroming, you want to make sure the product is as flat as possible because the chrome isn't very forgiving, and if it's not really flat, you're going to see shadowing and whatnot. So right here, I'm just kind of trying to make sure that I level it out as best as I can, because we want to make sure that we have a nice flat surface so there's no bumps, there's no shadowing. It looks nice and flat and flush. And you can see on the right hand side there I have a little bit of a bump, but I'm going to grab a flat brush and just remove that and round it off a little bit before I get her to put it in the light for a full cure. So using some more of the Ugly Duckling white art gel, I'm going to kind of put the dots around her nail, surrounding her nail, where I think the flowers are going to look good. So I'm just basically making the center of the flower, so I'm kind of determining how far out I need to space it with. We're just going to make like little dot flowers, so as long as there's enough space in between the white dots for a couple more dots to make the flowers, if that makes sense. That's kind of all you need. And you don't want to go too crazy with them, because if you put too much art on, it never looks good. So you want to just try and space it out enough, have a little bit of open space, as well as have enough for the flowers. I believe I only show me doing this kind of with one hand because it's just redundant. It's the same thing on the other hand. It's pretty simple nail art. Pretty much anybody can do this. It's just putting the polish on the dotting tool and putting it sporadically in different spots. Now, a great tip or trick is making sure that you put the paint down on the nail and then you lift it up. You lift it straight up, because you might have a tail, or you might drag it, or it might be runny. It's great to have a great product as well, which Ugly Duckling, the art gel, is an amazing product, so that's very helpful. And now that the bunny butt is nice and cured from the lamp, I'm grabbing some more chrome, and I'm just dipping the silicone brush into the chrome, directly into the chrome, and just working it in to the cured polish that is on the nail. I don't know if you noticed or not, but before I started using the chrome, I put the lid on the art gel. You don't want to have anything open that you're going to be using when you're doing chrome, because chrome's a very fine powder and it kind of just like it floats everywhere. So anytime you do chrome, make sure that your lids are on, and make sure that you don't have anything on your palette that you're going to be using that you don't want to have the chrome get into, or you just might have a huge chrome mess in it. So I'm editing this video in a hotel room, and there's a lot of background noise, and I don't have a microphone of any sort, so I apologize for the audio, but it is the only time that I had to get this done, considering it is the Easter weekend now, and this is the first chance that I had to get this video posted. So now I'm just using a couple of colors. We're just using the base colors that we have here on the nails already. So I'm using the pink color that I have on her index and pinky for the flowers that I'm doing right now. And basically they're just 4 to 6 petals going around the center of the flower. And all you have to do is just make sure that you put down and pick up, put down and pick up. Make sure that you clean off your dotting tool in between. There's my pink and blue colors sitting there on my palette for when I'm doing the dots. Now I'm just wiping off the chrome. Again, make sure that there's nothing around. When the chrome comes off, you want to make sure that there's nothing to contaminate. You don't want to contaminate any of your other products with the chrome. And now that we're done with removing the chrome, we can safely take off our lid to our art gel. And we're going to use a larger dotting tool to make the bunny tail. So again, just like when we put down the bunny bum, we're just going to do a circular motion and make sure that in this instance, we're going to share the tail. So it doesn't need to be perfectly flat or anything. We just want to make sure that there's enough product on the tail part that it's going to hold a bit of the product. So to sugar, today we're going to use acrylic. And yes, make sure you put the lid on because we are sugaring. So the sugaring that we're going to be doing today is the acrylic white sparkle. I don't believe this is a current line at Young Nails. They had it in one of their mystery boxes a few years back, and I don't think it is one of their current lines. So when sugaring, you want to not cure the gel polish that you put on, and then you're going to put the acrylic directly on to the uncured gel polish. Once it is on top of the gel polish, you put it in the lamp for a full cure. So because I didn't think about it when I was putting the flowers on to start out with, but because I only have blue and pink nails, I really can't use blue as one of the petaled flowers. So I just used the blue and the pink that I had on the palette, and I mixed them together to make a purple. So it still is the same tones and color theme basically that I already have. It's just mixed. So we're still going to have two different colored flowers here. One's going to be pink and one's going to be purple. The blue is just kind of useless. It's only being used to mix. And that is basically it. The rest of it is just a little bit of detail and finishing up the flowers with some stems. What do you think? How do you like them? There's some pretty cute Easter nails, I would say. So if you liked what you've seen and you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you have any questions or comments, please post them. If you want to see anything, I will do my best to make up a video and get it online for you. These are probably my most favorite Easter nails that I have done to date. I think that they look great. Let me know what you think.